Strength. This one's a repeat offender. This one loves to come out on Monday Magic. Um, be strong. Understand that this is your world. Do not feel like, don't spend your time in your reality feeling disempowered, feeling hopeless, feeling like you're at the mercy of circumstance and all these outer forces. Understand that your reality starts within. Yes, there's the collective. Yes, there's these experiences that happen, that we all experience on the outside. But understand that your reality starts within. And I'm seeing a visual of like seeing the same people all over again, or over and over again, or like those things that make you say, "Wow, it's a small world." And it's like when you think about it, the world's not small at all. Like the odds of continuing to run into the same person that you don't know, or the odds of this person knowing this person that you knew back in the day, and then you just so happen to now you're at this place and you meet them, and like, oh wow, I grew up with this person. Like the odds of that are not that high, So understand that all that is proof of just how much of our reality is really created by us and dependent on who we are. It's not a bunch of coincidence, because it's like, think about how many people there are in the world. Like the odds of you just continuing to bump into one person, or to always be in this place as this person, or to know the same people as, people from completely different places, it's like not very high. So to say it's a coincidence is like, I don't know, that feels delusional to me. And it's like, yeah, understand that your reality starts with you, and there's so much proof of that. So definitely understand your power. Understand that you have a say, and understand that your vibration and your frequency and your thoughts, all of that creates your experiences and the things that you attract in, and that the things you attract in are in resonance to who you are at any given time. Another thing I'm hearing, and another example I'm seeing, is like when you have a bad day, and how bad days tend to get worse, unless you pull yourself out of them. One thing happens, and then, maybe you get stuck in traffic, and now, you're in a bad mood, and then boom, somebody cuts you off and it makes it worse. Or then you go into work, and then boom, maybe somebody's in your parking spot, and it just continues to get worse. And then, maybe you go on a late lunch, and then you go to lunch and the line's long. So by the time you actually get your food, and then now you only got like 10 minutes left in your break, and you don't even have time to eat it. And it just compounds and compounds and compounds and compounds. And then you're like, wow, it's easy to miss it and to discount it. It's like, wow, today was just a bad day. But it's like, it only started with like one moment, and then you allowed it to become bigger, and you allowed it to like exist and grow and grow. You kept feeding it energy, more negative energy, and you continue to affirm it by like, oh wow, today's so bad. Like that's an affirmation. Boom, that's a thought that has power, that has energy, that manifests. And it's like, and it just continued to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's like like the same thing with a good day. When it's like, oh my God, this day just keeps getting better. And it's like, started off just this small, like one thing, like maybe you woke up on time, or you started with a motivational video and it had you pumped. And it set the tone for the day. So now you're in traffic, you're listening to music, it's bumping, it sounds good. So now you're in a good mood. And now boom, somebody, the driver, and then you notice that boom, they let you in. And you're like, oh wow, people are so nice today. And it's like, boom, you're still going, you're feeling good. Now you're letting somebody in, and you feel good about that. And then, and it just compounds, and then you get to work, and then you're in a good mood. So now you're smiling, you're waving at people, and then they're returning the energy, and they're smiling, they're waving. And then your boss feeds off that, and he gives you a compliment. Wow, you've been doing so good at work lately. And you're like, wow, now you feel seen. And it's just that's the power of your vibration. That's the power of your state at any given time in your reality. And that's just more proof about how your reality starts within. Because just like that bad day, it didn't have to keep going. At any point, you could have been like, okay, let me get a handle of my vibration. I see, like, okay, I'm starting to see, like, I'm kind of shaky. I'm a little shaky. My reality is mirroring back to me my inner state of shakiness. And that's all it is. It's just information. If you're like, dang, what's going on? This is all terrible today. It's like, oh, wait, actually, wow, I do feel kind of, it's just an indicator. It's just mirroring back to your inner state. So it's like, understand that at any point, you could be like, all right, let me breathe, let me do my presence practice, come out, things will be a little calmer, I'll feel a little better, and I can go back into my reality and start moving again. And I guarantee you, things will pick up. It'll feel like a fresh start, and it doesn't have to continue to get worse. It doesn't have to just be a bad day because it started with a bad moment. So understand that it can be like that. And you have a choice. And your reality starts within. So never forget that. You have the strength. And you're infinite. You're a multidimensional being. And you know that. You know who you are. You know your strength. So just remember at any given time and continue to be mindful.